Right. Hey, it's Mercedes again. Just thinking about the caveman. Now, was told that they were made in the caves of the Caucasus Mountains by Jacob, the father of the 12 tribes. So, let's say, okay, he made them to so-called take over the world, and I think about the destiny swapping. So if a spirit was swapped in him, and then he makes a different color tone of people, not made of carbon base but of sulfur base, and mixing of bloods, splicing, whatever. Okay, he comes up with a race, through incubation and all that, whatever, unless he was with something, whatever. Now, talking of this war of the elements, if this stone was released to take over, if you see that it's tried to conquer the world until it got to the Americas or Turtle Island, and it was met with nature, and this nature was so strong that it changed them, and they were here fighting it. So now I think of rock, paper, scissors. What covers the rock? Paper, which is the element, the wood. Wood, stone, earth, fire, water, and metal. Those the elements. So now they cover the stone. So the stone, okay, it goes back and gets the iron. Now the iron cut through the earth, or the earth, the wood, the paper. The scissors can cut the paper. But it doesn't matter how many times they cut the paper's still there. It's just transformed. And it still can cover the rock. Unless you add the next element of fire. And that will consume everything. And then we got water that can get in there. So water can take over everything too. But if it's hot enough, that water can dissipate too. But it still just transforms into steam, and it comes right back to rain on the fire, on that lava. And then the statue in Daniel's prophecy of the Bible brings about saying the last days will be at the feet of the statue of those that try to took over God's people. The iron and the clay. And when you think of clay, how do you make clay? Between the earth, the soil and water. But if you leave it hard enough, it can turn to stone. Adding probably some different elements to it. It turns into that. So mind just kept moving, like all those together. If you mend them all together, they make that gold. The oil, that liquid gold, that black gold, that oil, So if it's, and that's a frequency. The frequency of God, the highest frequency is love. So it's a mixture of everything. That's what America was, a mixture of everything. A lot of the world was. It wasn't just one thing. It was rich in gold, rich in God, rich in love. And if anything tries to come in and ruin that frequency, that and added hate to it, it begun to ruin the land. And that frequency is a damaging frequency as well. So I just had wrote something down there, like, inside the ball of confusion. I was calling that, America, the ball of confusion, the melting pot of elements, the mixing of frequencies, races, religions, shapes, ideas, talents, food, musics, stones, style, crafts, voices, textures, sounds, smells, sceneries, plants, and pursuits of happiness.